Every generation gets the Superman they deserve. Sometimes he's the flawless savior, other times the alien outsider. In this latest Superman film, we get both, and the result is a story that puts his identity under the heaviest strain yet. This is a struggle over what Superman means, not only to the world, but to himself. The movie wastes no time throwing Superman into a geopolitical nightmare. Boravia is about to invade Jarhamper, and Superman steps in to stop it. Back in Metropolis, we get the big twist: Superman loses. The Hammer of Boravia is the first person to put Superman down in a public and humiliating way. This opening already tells us the kind of Superman this film is interested in. Superman losing against the Hammer of Boravia is where the movie introduces doubt. Up until now, Superman has always been untouchable, a god among men. But when the hammer beats him, he suddenly looks fragile and fallible like a human. Later we learn the hammer is really Ultraman, Luthor's metahuman weapon, which makes this even more meaningful. It's not just Superman losing to brute strength, it's Superman losing to his own dark reflection.
Krypton, take me home. Home.
After his defeat, Superman flees to the Fortress of Solitude with Krypton's help. He's battered, broken, and questioning himself. His robots heal him using concentrated solar radiation, and he receives a message from his parents, Jor-El and Lara. But the message is corrupted. Only the first half survive the trip to Earth.
We love you more than heaven, our son. We love you more than land. Our beloved home will soon be gone forever. But hope vitalizes our hearts, and that hope is you, Kal-El.
This scene is about identity. Superman only knows half the story of where he came from. Krypton, for him, is a broken history and a fractured heritage. The damaged message mirrors Superman's fractured sense of self. He isn't fully Kryptonian, and he isn't fully human. The missing half of the hologram becomes this ticking time bomb for later in the story. Superman comes back to Metropolis, tries again to face the hammer, and gets beaten a second time. But this isn't just a physical defeat, it's existential. Thematically, it's about the weight of expectation. Superman doesn't yet believe in himself, so he can't overcome a foe who embodies everything he fears he might become. Then we get one of the best non-action scenes: Lois interviewing Superman. It's tense because Lois isn't just his girlfriend, she's a journalist. She presses him on Boravia, asking what gives him the right to intervene in world affairs.
24 hours and was just replacing one tyrannical regime with another.
Is that really how you feel?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman, but I question it. Yeah, I would question myself in the same situation and hold off a beat and consider the consequences.
People were going to die!
This scene really nails the conflict between love and accountability. Lois loves Clark, but she also represents the voice of humanity, because no one is above the law, and Superman doesn't get to play God without consequences. Lex Luthor unleashes a kaiju on Metropolis as a distraction while he, Ultraman, and the engineers sneak into the fortress. Superman teams up with the Justice Gang to save civilians. Superman wants to spare the creature, to show compassion, but Mr. Terrific kills it. This is all about the means versus ends debate. Superman sees value in mercy, while others see mercy as weakness. Even among heroes, there's disagreement over what justice should look like.
I was hoping we could capture it and take it to an intergalactic zoo, or at least euthanize it less painfully.
Come on, bro, don't be such a wuss.
Luthor restores the damaged message and broadcasts it. We finally hear the second half, Jor-El and Lara telling their son not to protect, but to conquer Earth, to take wives, and to rebuild Krypton.
Dispatch of anyone unable or unwilling to serve you, Kal-El. Take as many wives as you can, so your genes and Krypton's might and legacy will live on in this new frontier.
This flips Superman's world upside down. Is his destiny written by Krypton, or does he get to choose his path? The film crystallizes its biggest idea here. Superman is not what Krypton made him. Instead, he's what Earth shaped him into. Krypton becomes a metaphor for temptation. It's the ghost of empire, telling Clark that he's better than humanity. It's the dark inheritance he must reject, The public turns on Superman. He lashes out at Luthor when Krypto is captured, and suddenly he looks angry and dangerous.
Sir, you took the dog!
That's right, Eve. Get all of this.
Where's the dog?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
This is about the fragility of trust. Superman's greatest vulnerability isn't kryptonite, it's public opinion. People need to believe he's good, otherwise he becomes exactly what they fear. Krypto represents Superman's innocence, the pure bond of loyalty and love. Taking him away destabilizes Superman emotionally, making him look more dangerous. Superman surrenders to the US government, but of course, they hand him over to Luthor. Inside the Pocket Universe, Superman is imprisoned with Metamorpho. The theme here is what happens when the strongest man alive is powerless. The Pocket Universe is a metaphorical cage, Superman stripped of his identity and made into just another prisoner. Luthor's Pocket Universe is his fantasy, a reality where he controls Superman. It's Lex's dream of being the one true god on Earth. Metamorpho can transmute his body into a wide variety of elemental compounds and form them at will. Luthor forces him to turn into kryptonite and uses his son against him, weaponizing family ties. Eventually, though, Metamorpho helps Superman, Joey, and Krypto escape. We see over and over in this film that family defines Superman more than Krypton does. And that theme is mirrored through Metamorpho's love for his son. Lois brings Clark back to Smallville, to Jonathan and Martha Kent. Jonathan delivers the line that defines the film.
Your choices, Clark. Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Clark isn't defined by Krypton's message, but by the lessons he learned in those Kansas fields. The farm is Superman's true fortress of solitude. Not the one in Antarctica, but the one where he learned love, humility, and responsibility. Meanwhile, Eve flips on Lex, exposing his deal with Boravia. Even in his inner circle, people see him for what he is, a narcissist who can't stand being second to Superman. Luthor rips open reality itself, splitting Metropolis in half. This is both a spectacle and a metaphor. The theme here is division, both literal and ideological. The city is torn apart just like Superman's identity has been torn between Krypton and Earth. Superman takes on Ultraman and the Engineer. The Engineer falls, and Ultraman's true identity is revealed. He's a clone of Superman, made by Luthor.
Yes, but as is often the case with cloning, the match was imperfect. He might be even stupider than you, if that's possible. But easier to control.
3L.
And stronger.
This is Clark facing the worst version of himself, a Superman with no humanity. Ultraman is the nightmare of Krypton's message brought to life. Throwing him into the black hole is Clark literally rejecting that dark destiny. The final showdown isn't just physical, it's ideological. Luthor is found to have orchestrated the entire Jarhan-Per-Boravia conflict because he can't stand that people worship Superman. Superman challenges him, but Lex refuses to break.
But that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. And someday, I hope, for the sake of the world, you understand that it's yours too.
Oh, that's beautiful. But none of this matters, you patronizing clown.
The theme here is envy. Luthor embodies the darkest side of humanity, the refusal to accept outsiders. And then, the irony. Luthor isn't defeated by Superman's strength. He's taken down by Krypto, the embodiment of loyalty, innocence, and love. Lois and Jimmy expose Luthor's crimes, clearing Superman's name. Luthor is arrested. Lois finally tells Clark she loves him. And back at the fortress, Superman is reminded of his true heritage, not Krypton's empire, but Earth's kindness. Footage of his childhood with the Kents plays, grounding him once again in humanity. Superman isn't Krypton's conqueror, he's Earth's protector. The home videos are the answer to Krypton's corrupted message. His true destiny was never conquest, it was compassion. And of course, Kara Zor-El stumbling and drunk to pick up Krypto, reminding us that even gods have messy families. In the end, Superman isn't about Krypton's orders, Luthor's schemes, or even Ultraman. It's about Clark Kent deciding who he is in a world that wants to define him. He's not Krypton's conqueror, nor Luthor's weapon. He's the farm boy from Kansas who grew up to become the world's greatest hero, not because he was destined to, but because he chose to. And that's what makes Superman timeless. He's not the story of an alien trying to be human. He's the story of how even a god can be shaped by the best parts of humanity. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.